Picture's dug in like an Alabama tick.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Oh. Okay.
Picture's dug in like an Alabama tick.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Oh. Okay.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. All praises and glory goes to our mighty power, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rekak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the legmen feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, in sincerity and truth for this great gospel. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahushai is the name of the Son, right? And those are the only names you can come in. You can't come in no other name. There's no other name given amongst men whereby you can be saved, right? Because there's all these fake false names, false deities, false bullshit that can't lead you to no salvation, but only lead to what your demise and your destruction. And we in the times that shit, you need help. You need help, because it's only gonna get worse, right? It's only gonna get worse. Spiritually, I feel like we ain't even hit the beginning of sorrows yet. We ain't even really come to the beginning of sorrows yet, because it says of great wars. Man, it's only what you got. Motherfucking Russia fighting Ukraine. You got the Israelis fighting for the Palestinians. After that, ain't shit happening nowhere else, right? We going to, the Lord speaks about a time that ain't never been seen on the face of the earth, and that's the times we're coming to, and that's why you're being prepared for them times, right? Like matter of fact, Jacob, your ass been in a time of how can we say, you are a POW, a prisoner of war. You are behind enemy lines, right? You are a captured motherfucker. You a slave. So you are in SHTF. You always been in SHTF. But guess what? Your SHTF is about to be taken to a whole nother fucking level. Matter of fact, let's get this verse. Jeremiah 30 verse 7, it reads, "At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Who's Jacob? The children of Israel, right? Who's the descendant of this man, right? It is you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? How do we know? The Spirit told us. What's the Spirit? The word of the Lord, right? Through the Gospels, through the Scriptures. The Scriptures don't reveal how you got dispersed throughout the nations, how you got spread it out through the four corners of the earth, how you would be identified by what? The curses, because you are underneath the curses. Even rich Israelites are underneath the curses, because guess what? You ain't in your home ruling, right? You got heathens ruling over you. That's part of the curses. You're using money, currency of other nations' faces. That is a curse, right? You don't have no really authority. You got to deal with whatever the red shield motherfuckers say, because they the ones ruling the earth. So we already know. Guess what? They about to turn it up. It's called Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of what? Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? You got all these migrants coming to America. Why do you think? Because America is going to be that place where the Lord is going to drop so many nuclear missiles on, where even Yahushai is going to come back with the angels and shoot fire on this place, and it will never be inhabited again. There's going to be so many dead souls in this place. Right? Prepare. What they said, 50 million migrants in the past few years. Man, Obama was talking about migrants. George Bush was talking about migrants. Bill Clinton was talking about migrants. So this migrant thing been popping for a long time. It's been popping for a long time, right? So guess what? These migrants are mostly what? Israelites mixed with what? Heathen nations coming to what? Infiltrate Babylon the Great. And guess what? It's going to be the time of what? Jacob's trouble, you Israelites, right? Because the Lord going to shut off food from America. The Lord going to shut off water from America. The Lord going to bring a pestilence in America, a famine, a plague to this place. So guess what? It's only going to get worse, but it says, but he shall be saved out of it. Who is that? He, the elect of Israel. Right? So whatever you're going through right now, just deal with it. You ain't got time to bleed. You ain't got time to bleed. We've been wounded. We've been got hit. Right? We are POWs. We are behind enemy lines. You catch L's every fucking day you wake up. The only good thing you're catching right now is with this gospel, the Spirit of the Lord that's giving you the strength to push His truth. Right? This is your only opportunity to salvation, is to serve your Lord, is to repent and return back to your power. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It says, I ain't got time to bleed. Let's see, what does this phrase mean, right? Let's go into it. It says, I ain't got time to bleed. Means someone is so focused on a task or a goal that they cannot afford to slow down or take time to deal with minor setbacks or injuries. My man done caught a bullet. He's bleeding, right? They be like, attend to that wound. He's like, man, I ain't got time to bleed, right? First off, you're in the middle of a battle, right? We at war. We at war. Especially when you wake up to this truth and you start pushing this gospel for the Lord, you are at war, right? You are on the battlefield. Why does it say the weapons of our warfare are not carnal? Because you are at war. Ezekiel 37:10, it says, so I prophesied as He commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Right? That's what the Lord's putting together, an army of righteous men. And what is the weapons of our warfare? Let's go to that. Let's go to it. Here we go. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 4, it reads, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Right? We ain't on that carnal. We're not using guns. We're not using knives. Right? We're not using bats. Right? We're not using violence. Right? We're not marching and screaming. No, man, we standing on the front lines behind a sign and professing the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in one spot. Right? We holding our peace in one spot and pushing this gospel. And the people are getting upset because they can't take the truth. The truth is not for everybody. This truth is not for everybody. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the power of what? Of the pulling of down of strongholds. Right? Christianity has a stronghold on the minds of our people. So we here to kill that noise. We here to tell them, man, that Edomite Jesus you've been worshiping is bullshit. Matter of fact, ain't no such thing as Jesus. Right? Ain't no such thing as a Jesus Christ. That name is made up, and that character that you worship is made up. There's a man called Yahweh Shai who came to die for only His people. Yeah, ain't no white man who came to die for everybody. That's some made up shit, right? That's a fable. That's a fable. It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against it. Man, that's that Christianity, right? The only thing standing against, and that Islam, that Christianity, all these, man, you got, who else? You got the third different, I think them Elamites, they worship them fucking, an elephant with different arms and a hoe named Sheba with different arms, all these different weird deities that you be like, man, get this shit out of here. I'll beat this shit out your false God. Yeah, that's how I look at you. I'll beat this shit out of Jesus Christ. I'll beat this shit out of Allah. Yeah, all these fake deities. And we gonna whoop your God's asses through beating the shit out of you people. We gonna beat the shit out of your God's asses out of you people. Yeah, that's what's about to happen. And that's why it says, if you ain't coming to worship Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, slay him before. Man, let's get that. Here we go. Luke 19 verse 27, it says, but those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. If you ain't bound down to the authority of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, when the Lord sent His Son back to set rulership and authority on earth, your ass gonna be laid the fuck down. And ain't nothing you gonna be doing. Ain't nothing you gonna do about it. You gonna see the fucking military get destroyed by the angels of the Lord in the heavens. You gonna see America get knocked the fuck off the shelf. Oh man, the place that all you stupid, retarded other nations worship around the world, you gonna see that motherfucker get annihilated within 1 hour, right? The motherfuckers on ships gonna see her smoke burning and the torment, right? So what does that mean? That means fear. The fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is about to spread through the earth. Yeah, ain't no time to bleed. Ain't no time to bleed, because guess what? There's going to be more bleeding. There's going to be more suffering, because what's your bleeding right now? Right? What's your bleeding right now? Let's go to this again. It says, I ain't got I can't. Here we go. Back it up. I ain't got time to bleed means that someone is so focused on the task or goal that they cannot afford to slow down or take time to deal with minor setbacks or injuries. Essentially saying they need to keep moving forward despite pain or challenges. Right? And that's you Israelites pushing this gospel. That's you servants of the Lord. That's you mighty men of Israel who be hearing the words of the Lord pushing his gospel. It says here in Matthew 11 and 28, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, right? And I will give you rest, right? You man, your fucking bitch done flipped, right? That wicked hoe you been with for a long time, she done went sour. Your children, they don't fuck with you no more, right? They all on mama's ass. They wicked as fuck, right? Your friends, they talking shit, this Bible nigga. You a Bible nigga now, that nigga acting weird. You see what he be wearing on them corners talking crazy? Yeah, everybody acting sour, right? Your parents, right? Even at work, the Lord sent demons to bother you at work. So you are heavily laden with what, and you got to still keep pushing his truth, right? The Lord don't give a fuck what you're going through. He's the one sending all these things to you, so you got to deal with it. It says, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, right? Because rest is coming. First off, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So if this ain't not your rest, get your ass up and fight. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your soul. Yeah, because when you come to this gospel, nigga, you gonna go through it. Yeah, them fucking smiles is because we happy to be around other men going through it and pushing still strong. But we ain't smiling because we happy to be in this fucking place, right? It says, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light, right? Because when you really meditate, shit, you got the brotherhood. You got Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and he gave you Yahushai, he gave you the brotherhood, right? He gave you this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which is going to be your stability in time. So really, you ain't got a motherfucking thing to be mad about, man. You're supposed to take this with a cheerful, you got to be, it says cheerfully, right? Because it's only going to get what? Worse. It's only going to get worse. I'm going to read the book of King James, 1 Peter 5 and 10. It says, but the Most High of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by the Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, right? Because if you ain't coming through Yahweh Shai, they talking about, man, and we ain't talking about no Jesus Christ, right? They replace and put a Jesus Christos, right? A Jesus Christos to send you off. And you should ask yourself, why am I reading a Greek name in an English Bible, right? You should ask yourself that. Because we know Jesus Christos is not his name. Jesus Christ is not his name, but it says, but the Most High of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by what? Yahweh Shai, Mashiach Yahweh Shai. After ye have suffered a while, you got to what? After that ye have suffered a while, right? You see them punk ass Christians in the churches, they ain't suffering, old fatback pork chop barbecue eating motherfuckers, right? Celebrating Halloween, Christmas, Easter, any motherfucking holiday, they voting, they all into the world. They have not separated themselves from society whatsoever. So you know this ain't the house of the Lord. This is not the congregation of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's at Jesus Christ. That's at Jesus Christ. It says, make you perfect, establish and strengthen you, settle you, right? Through this gospel. Let's go to Acts 14 verse 22. It says what? Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in what? In the faith. Man, it don't matter what the freak that you are going to, you must continue in the faith, right? Because it says in that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So guess what? You're gonna bleed. You're gonna bleed, and you gotta tell yourself, I ain't got time to bleed. I ain't got time to bleed. I gotta focus at the task at hand. I gotta feed the sheep. If I love the Lord, I'm gonna feed the sheep, right? If I'm really about this gospel, I'm gonna continue in the faith, right? No time to suffer. No time to cry, no time to complain, right? No time to be like, man, fuck that, man. I'm missing out on things. You ain't missing out on a motherfucking thing, right? In Hebrews 11 and 24, it says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Yeah, this, right, you're looking at the season of the wicked, right? The Gentiles, confirming that the Gentiles' time, this is the times of the Gentiles to be fulfilled in their establishment and their rulership, and then what, you're going to see their collapse, their collapse. So it says it's better to suffer than to enjoy time with these heathens, right? Fuck the Gentiles. It's already told you, learn out their ways. I'm going to read the book of Matthew 16 and 24. It says, then said Yahushua to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself, right? And take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Right here you are, you're bleeding. Remember what? I ain't got time to bleed. Let's go back to that. And it says, I ain't got time to bleed. Means that someone is so focused on a task or goal that they cannot afford to slow down or take time to deal with minor setbacks or injuries. Essentially saying they need to keep moving forward despite pain or challenges. Origin. The phrase is mostly famously associated with the character Blaine from the movie Predator, where he says it when he's injured during a fight, indicating that he won't let a wound stop him from completing the mission. He won't let a wound stop him from completing the mission. Key points about the phrase: resilience and determination. It signifies a strong will to preserve despite obstacles, ignoring pain. While not literally advocating for ignoring serious injuries, it represents a mentality of pushing through discomfort to achieve a goal. Figurative usage. I ain't got time to bleed can be applied to any situation where someone needs to stay focused and not dwell on setbacks, even if they are not physically injured, right? Because here we are, we ain't got time to bleed. We're not physically injured, but what's the setbacks in our lives, right? The world hating us, the world despising us, us not being listened to, us being marked as evil, right? They speak of us as evil, right? That's all part of this faith, man. Us, you losing your wife, you losing your job, you losing your money that you used to have. You used to live a comfortable life. You used to get money. You used to get, it ain't nothing, but now shit, the Lord got you where shit pockets is fucked up. The Lord probably got you living with other people, right? The Lord said he got to bring you low, man. You got to become low in this gospel, right? The Lord got to bring you low to build you back up. I'm going to read this again. It says, Matthew 16 and 24, then said Yahushua unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give for exchange for his soul? Right? Because this world is not worth dying for. Right? We're not dying for the world. We're dying for Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua. This is Romans 8 verse, let's go to 35. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Mashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword, as it is written, for thy sake we are what? We are killed all the day long, and we are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things presented, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High, which is in the Mashiach Yahushua, our Lord. So, hey, you ain't got time to bleed. All we do is got time to fight for the Lord, man. Shalom.